I bought this figure last month, way back in around July or August, but I kept her for several months until recently where I unboxed her because I'm preparing her for a photography session. So I might as well review her before I begin her photography work. This is Altar's Scathach Bunny version, and this is my first Altar figure review on this channel. Hello and welcome to Xkurgani Blog and Photography. Today I will be giving this figure right here a short review. This is Altar's 1x7 scale Scathach Bunny version from Fate Grand Order. She was released around July or August last year, 2020, for about 16,000 Japanese yen, about 160 US dollars. And 160 US dollars is on the lower end side of figure prices by Altar. Altar typically makes two main types of figures: the high-end flagship ultra expensive figures that are at least 300 US dollars or more, and their lower end figures that are usually way cheaper, between 13,000 to 16,000 Japanese yen. So this one falls into their lower end figure range, but despite being a simple figure, Altar always gets their figure right in so many ways. We first start off with the box. So this kind of box or packaging is standard nowadays for Altar figures, and transparent plastic, true and true, very nice. Every other companies are doing cardboard paper type boxes, but they are doing this for their figure boxes, and they are very nice to look at even when you place them on the shelf with the figure inside. And as for the figure itself, so Altar, they have two main types of figure as I mentioned earlier. They are ultra expensive figures, they are above 300 bucks. They are usually very ambitious about it. They are very detailed. Sometimes the poses are also rather extreme. I would say they are being over ambitious sometimes, that they end up designing something with a flaw in it and some part of the figure will break over time. That is their expensive figures. Perfection when it comes to the craftsmanship, but then they will screw up somewhere when it comes to the mechanical support. And then for their lower end cheaper figures, they are usually a very safe purchase, is that in a way that almost nothing will ever go wrong. That is the thing with Altar. So when you look at this figure right here, this Scathach figure, this is a very simple figure. And if this was made maybe 10 or 12 years ago, this would be an 8,000 or 10,000 yen figure maximum. 8,000, 9,000 yen. Yes, this would cost less than $100 in the past if it was released a decade ago. But nowadays, with inflation and increasing material cost, figures are getting way and way more expensive. And needless to say, being an Altar figure, Altar is a top 3 best figure company out there. Anime figure company, top 3 best. Despite being a simple figure, Altar does not cut any corners at all. The entire figure is so nicely painted that you could not find any single flaw. No paint scratches, no paint bleeding, no paint transfer, none of that sort. The whole figure is just perfection. And you get a lot of different textures. Her outfit is very glossy. Her hair is somewhere in between matte and gloss. I call it semi-gloss. Her skin is naturally matte. And the stocking is real fabric. Lastly, the base has some sort of wood texture to it. So you see they are paying attention to detail to give a simple figure some texture and to make it stand out despite the simplicity of the figure. The only one complaint I have with this figure is how easily the wine glass slips off her right hand with a mild shake. So that is perhaps the only shortcoming I can see with this figure. Everything else is just perfection. Is $160 very expensive for this figure? To some people, it is overpriced because of the simplicity of the figure, and you could have gotten her for 8,000 Japanese yen if this was released 10 years ago maybe. But when you look at the quality, the level of finish of this figure, I would say 13,000 Japanese yen. $130 is a fair price. Yes, 160 is slightly on the high side in terms of pricing. Nonetheless, if you are still interested in her, this is a very good purchase. Nonetheless, it is altar after all, and she is still fairly easy to find currently. That is all about the review of this figure. Very simple figure, nothing much to talk about. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys again. Goodbye.